If you ever sat down at the piano, played your right hand perfectly, played your left hand perfectly, and then tried to put your hands together and feel like your brain just completely shuts down, this video is for you. I'm gonna show you exactly what happens because it's not what most people think. And I'm gonna give you a 3-step method that actually fixes this problem. Not someday, but today, by the end of this video. So first, why does this happen? When you try to play hands together for anything, your brain is being asked to do something that it's never done before. Run 2 completely independent patterns at the exact same time. It's not a talent issue, it's more of a coordination issue, more of a wiring issue. Your brain just haven't built that pathway yet. You know that thing where people try to pat their head and rub their belly at the same time? Maybe you might like to try that. Try it in this way and then like switch up your hands too. Whoa. There you go. It feels impossible at first, not because you lack coordination, but because your brain has never practiced splitting attention in that particular way. Piano is the same. And the good news is that pathway can be built. And once it's there, it feels completely natural. But here's where beginners go wrong. And I personally did this too when I was starting out. They learned both hands separately, but then immediately try to play hands together full speed. And when it doesn't work, they think that something is wrong with them. Let me tell you here that nothing is wrong with you. Your approach just needs some adjusting. Let me show you what actually works. Here are the 3 steps. Step 1, master each hand alone. The keyword here is master, not learn, but master. I know, you've probably already done this, but hear me out. Most people practice each hand until it's good enough. But for this hands together thing to work, your separate hands practice needs to be so good that it almost can run on autopilot. If your left hand is still using any mental energy, even if it's a little bit, adding the right hand will just be too much for the brain to think about. So you want to practice each hand until it feels boring. Only when you feel that it's sort of like so automatic that it's starting to be boring, that's when you're ready to go to step number 2. Step 2, when you put your hands together, slow down to an embarrassingly slow tempo. I'm talking so slow that your grandparents could clap along to that. Use a metronome, maybe slow it down to 40% of the actual speed of the song. If that feels too slow, it's probably exactly right. Here's why it matters. At slow tempos, your brain has the time and the capacity to consciously coordinate 2 hands. It's building the neural pathway in real time. Speed it up too early, and that pathway never gets a chance to form. A lot of people skip this step because they feel like by playing it this slow, it doesn't feel like I am actually practicing the song. But I promise you, this actually works. This is where the improvement happens. Step number 3, chunk it. Don't run it. Do not try to play the whole piece hands together. Not yet. Instead, pick just 2 to 4 bars. Just those 2 to 4. Practice those bars, remember, so embarrassingly slow until they feel like they're on autopilot. After that, move on to the next 2 to 4 bars. After you got like each chunk working, pretty solid. The last thing you do is practice what you call the seams, the transitions between each chunk. Chunk by chunk, seam by seam. That's how you build a piece that actually works and holds together. Let's do a quick demonstration here. So let's say I've learned the right hand. I've already learned the left hand. And now it's time to put it together. Now what I want to do is let's say, just 2 bars, okay? We're going to do just the first 2 bars. And I'm going to take all the time I need in the world to get those notes correct. So what I might do is prepare my hands like this. Prepare all the 4 notes that are happening at the start. And then strike only when I'm super sure. Okay, so for example. Okay, we got a danger part coming up here. We got 4 notes coming up. The left hand has changed, the right hand staying on that D. But this is where a lot of beginners might make mistakes here. Okay, so this is where I want to pause, make it embarrassingly slow, actually plan and visualize where the next notes are before I strike, rather than gamble on what's coming up next. For example, like this. Think about it for a long time. Okay, that's the same one here. The D stays the same in the left hand, and these two notes come down from here to down here. Strike. And I will practice that again. And again. And as you keep doing it, you will probably feel like with each repetition, it's getting easier and easier, but your first go must be correct. And the second go must be correct. And the third go must be correct. Do everything you can to make sure that each play is a successful play. Because each time you play wrongly, that's actually just practicing and rehearsing your mistakes. This is the process. It's not glamorous, but it works every time. By the end of that practice session, you'll feel it. Before I wrap up today, just want to share a few common mistakes I see all the time regarding this subject. Number 1, practicing too fast, too soon. I've said it, but it's worth saying again. Speed is the enemy at this stage. Number 2, ignoring the left hand until the last minute. Your left hand is not the background. You need to give it equal, if not more time to practice. Number 3, tensing up. Right now, check your shoulders. Are they raised? Drop them. Check your wrists. Are they locked? Loosen them. Tension slows down learning and can cause injury over time. Number 4, expecting things to click in just one session. Coordination can take days to build. Sometimes it doesn't just happen immediately. If you practice this today and it still feels hard today, that's completely normal. Sleep on it. Literally, your brain consolidates motor skills during your sleep. Come back tomorrow and it will feel just slightly easier. That's how it works. So to recap, step 1, master each hand until they are automatic. Number 2, when playing hands together, slow it down to an embarrassingly slow tempo so that you can actually coordinate the correct sequence of notes at their respective times. And step 3, practice in smaller chunks. If this was useful, I post videos like this all the time, teaching you piano and helping making your piano journey a little bit easier. Subscribe if you don't want to miss the next video. Catch you in the next one.